Hello, good morning. We don't need people who will be smaller. We don't need anyone ever. Blanket statement. There's no one on planet Earth who we need to be smaller and less of. We need people who will be larger and take up space and who will stand as themselves and not as like some perceived notion of what they think the world needs, just as themselves, as they come, as you are. We need people to be so much larger because the more space we take up being ourselves, the more we allow others to do that as well. The first person has to be the bravest, and then the subsequent people will not have to work so hard to get there. But more than that, the more space we take up being ourselves, the less space there will be to be taken up by performance, to be taken up by distractions, to be taken up by anything that does not serve us collectively in humanity and in society. If we want to build a new world, a new paradigm, a new society, we have to start by taking up space, not by shrinking ourselves, not by being less, and not by shrinking ourselves in the name of space, in the name of holding space, in the name of bringing peace. No. Mm-mm. It needs to be holding space for our own presence first. The person that you want to become, that you are waiting to become, in the future, that you think is like some fantasy version of you that you can imagine in your mind, and you're like, I don't know why I'm not that yet. Oh, I'm not that person yet, but I will be. I don't know how to say this. It's that you are already that person. I am already her. You are it. There is no external force. Let's be serious. There's no external force. There's no external thing, application. There's no external quality that you're gonna achieve and suddenly become that person. You're already that person. The only thing that holds us back, the only thing that creates a gap in our brain, in our vision, in our mind, where we're like, right now I'm this, but later I'll be that, is that gap is just the belief. Like if I currently hold a belief of unworthiness, that belief is the only thing I see. It is coloring everything. It is shifting my perception of life and of myself, but it doesn't actually mean I'm unworthy. And as soon as I change that belief by practicing over and over and over, like creating a new path in my brain of going like I'm worthy, I am that person now. That person will be more available to me. Do you understand? Internally, not externally. I don't have to do anything externally. I don't need to make more money. I don't need to talk to more people. I don't need to be more social. I don't need to change anything externally. And that is like a wild take, because I know people are like, if you want to be that person, you have to like go out there, get yourself out there, be seen, be visible, talk to more people, get yourself in the right rooms, speak as if you are that person, dress as if you're that person, whatever, all of that thing, all of those, all of those things, okay? You don't need to do that, because actually when you change the belief internally and you practice that, and like if I go out in the world and internally I'm like, no, I am worthy, no, I am worthy, oh, I failed at that today, but tomorrow I'll be better. And like going out in the world and saying I'm not going to shrink today, and even if I do shrink, I'll go, okay, tomorrow I'm not going to shrink today, I'm just going to be who I am, I'm going to stand as I am, I'm going to take up space. Eventually you won't see changes happen. To be honest, I think your brain is more hardwired to see failures, and what you'll see is you're failing over and over. But the change is happening on such a tangible internal level that, and this has literally happened to me, that one day you wake up and you go, oh, I want to go to this thing, this event with 1,000 people. Oh, I want to make a video on YouTube, and I go, why didn't I do this before? And it was because I was deathly afraid. But I didn't have to force myself to do this. It was just something that I now want to do because my belief has changed. So anything that you're thinking of forcing yourself to do to become this like new version of you, you don't need to force it. What you need to do is go deep down into the belief in your mind and change the vision of how you see yourself. Even now, I don't see myself. There is like a little bit of a gap between who I am now and who I will be. But it's getting smaller. There's no difference. I am her. And I was her 10 years ago. And I was her 15 years ago. I was always her. And I think another thing that was causing the gap was it really hurts me when people outside of me can very clearly see a very different version of who I am than how I see myself. And I get sad and I go, oh, that's how they see me. Or I go, oh, that's how I'm presenting myself. What do I do to change that? And I mean, it's true to some level. What's going to happen is because your belief is affecting your behavior, you will be presenting yourself according to the belief. So if I'm believing at even the deepest level that I'm not worthy, that I'm small, that I have to make myself smaller, I will be behaving like that. The undertones of my behavior will show that, and people will pick up on that probably. But also, even if because this also happened where I'm like changing my belief and I'm like, oh, I'm behaving the way that I would. I'm no longer behaving out of fear. People will still not perceive me like that. They'll see me as someone smaller, and it'll be clear to me. They'll say something where it'll show me like, oh, okay. But like some part of that has to also do with their levels of perception. I'm not perceiving everyone in my life as they are. Because the only person who can really see you as you are is you internally. But also, when people are in my reality and they don't see me as I am, it is because I am calling that into my reality to show me that there's still a part of me that doesn't see me as I am. It is a mirror. Everyone is always a mirror. And I don't mean like if someone's like mean to you that means that you're mean or that you deserve it. Maybe it means that you think you deserve it. Maybe it means that you at some level don't think you deserve like the kindest kindness. Maybe at some level you're not giving that to yourself. That is true of me. I really spent a lot of time thinking, why do I feel alone? Why do I feel lonely? Why do I feel uncared for, unloved? And it has nothing to do with anything external, with how people are treating me, with who people are. It doesn't even have to do with like whether the people have the capacity to love me. It doesn't. It's like irrelevant almost what other people are going through. It's irrelevant to my internal experience, because internally I was not giving myself the time and space at some very deep level. Maybe I was doing it like on a surface level, but there's a deeper level always. And the more that I do that, the less I even think about an external need to receive that love. And actually, I connect more to the external field of love. I don't need, well, I do want love from people. I'm human. I do want deep connections. I do want to have fun with friends. I'm so grateful for the people in my life. What I want to say is, we look for love in people. We look for love. We like desperately seek it, which is also fine and normal. Okay? But the more you give that to yourself, the less you'll be desperately seeking it, and the less you'll seek it like how you need air. The less you'll need that from a person, like person A, person B. Okay? Because love already exists as a field like all around. You can actually feel it. The more you give it to yourself, the more you feel it, even outside of self-care. And I don't know how to explain. It's like how you know there's oxygen here because I'm breathing it. There's also love here in the same quantity. And I feel it, and it doesn't feel like, oh, I'm caring for myself. It feels like I'm expanding. It feels like there's more in life. It feels like love is all around us, and it doesn't have to be me as a person giving it to me. It doesn't have to be you as a person giving it to me. It is a field that we exist on. I want to live life without this dichotomy of like seeking love, receiving love, seeking love, receiving love. It's a given. Love is around us. Now I can have fun. I'm gonna have a really good time because love is already around us. And really, I do feel lonely. I do feel sad sometimes. But it's really nice to know that when I do feel that, it's an illusion. And that's okay. I'm okay being in that illusion sometimes because there's never going to be a perfect time. But even in that illusion, it's really comforting to know that actually all of life is just love. And people inherently, we will have, all of us, all people will have blocks to giving love truly unconditionally. But unconditional love is around us. It's like a resource that is free. It's unlimited, free, and can never run out. And it's for every single person. And when you look for it in very specific people, it's really dependent on whether they're capable of giving you that exact type of love that you're looking for, and also whether they're capable of seeing you as you are, and also whether they are the person who is meant to do that in your life. There are people who just will not like you, will not love you, and that's totally okay. That has nothing to do with you, and it also has nothing to do with them. It's not like they're wrong, and it's not like you're wrong. Not everyone is meant to enter into that exchange with you, I think. And I think the more, I mean, I've been very lucky. People have always entered my life, and I have always entered their lives only when they have been in that energetic exchange with me, I don't think I've ever had to force. And I think what I would say is anything you're forcing is not in an energetic exchange with you. And I forced like thousands of things in my life. Oh, I wish I had known this 20 years ago. I wish I had known. I wish when I was born, the first words spoken to me were, don't force anything. I have forced everything. I thought that's how life was lived, through forcing. And I am now going to go to the opposite end of the spectrum, and I'm going to not force anything. Yep. I let go of the problem, I let go of the solution, and anything that's left is just having a good, fun, loving time. I can't wait.